Sweden doesn't have so many horror movies. We have ones like The Visitors, The Bleeder, Hour of the Wolf, Evil Ed, Fear Have a 1000 Eyes. But there is one film from the 80s that a lot of people saw. The Resurrection of Michael Myers Part 2. It was a horror parody short that was released as a video film back in 1989. It's about a party at a hospital and Michael Myers wakes up to life. Not only Myers, Jason, a kung fu zombie and Leatherface. So let's watch the movie. The film begins with people walking out of a movie theater after seeing Halloween. Two girls talk about how disgusting the movie is. As you may know, there are sex scenes in Halloween. So there are two people watching Halloween inside the cinema and one of the people vomits. I don't know why, but we keep going. His buddy sees him throwing up and tells people in the cinema to call the ambulance. And crash boom bing bang, title card is shown, while the ambulance is on its way. The hospital patients start their party and one of them has a Michael Myers mask, but a girl throws it on the ground. After that, a thunderbolt hits the hospital and brings Myers back to life. Meanwhile, the guy who threw up during the movie is called Richard and is now in a hospital. The guy who took him to the hospital said he had something called sex shock, which apparently is, if you watch a video with a lot of sex, you get it. A bit silly, but we'll continue. He receives a call from a video pirate that the pirated VHS copies of the first Resurrection of Michael Myers film are being made and put up for sale. After the conversation, the guy who took Richard to the hospital is stabbed by Myers with scissors, leading to his death. After that, there is a drunk couple who goes into a room and starts to make out. During the banner, the guy accidentally hits a booklet with Jason on it and a cup with green acid on it, which makes that Jason and Leatherface comes to life. The couple sees that Jason and Leatherface is there and Jason walks to the guy and starts a fight with him, while Leatherface walks to the woman and cuts her arm off with his chainsaw with a really good effect. Jason throws acid at the guy, which makes his head melt down with also a really good gory effect. So they both died. After that is there another couple who walks and sees the dead guy who got stabbed. He was apparently turned into a zombie. They go and check on him and the zombie doesn't wake to life till the girl opens his fly. The zombie makes a funny noise, which surprisingly makes the girl scared and runs away of fear. But the guy isn't scared till the zombie takes his head and spins it around, breaking his neck, which leads to his death, of course. And yes, I forgot that the guy right there is an famous Swedish artist. His name is Orp. Here is another funny scene. The zombie walks to Orp and takes his car keys to his Mercedes-Benz. And the fact that he also says Mercedes-Benz, Richard is still traumatized by Myers that he runs around the hospital and runs into a hospital visitor. Later we get introduced to two security guards walking around the hospital, talking about random foods and matches who want light. Till one of them walks into a bathroom, and because this film is a comedy, we can actually hear Myers shitting on the toilet. The guard heard the noise and walks in but gets fucking flushed by Myers in the toilet. And how the fuck did a whole person fit in that toilet? But kinda funny though. Richard later runs into the woman we saw in the beginning of the film and he tells her that Myers is in the hospital, killing people and all that stuff. The woman doesn't believe him and Richard just runs away. But right after that Myers is seen behind her. And still, this is a comedy and we can see Myers drinking and gets high. So high that he smashes the bottle on the woman and cuts her mouth up with a bloody effect that still kinda holds up. Later we cut to a scene of two women walking in the hall and meets the zombie, Of course they get scared and runs away, screaming. They turned and ran, but they also meet Jason and Leatherface. Leatherface later uses his chainsaw to tear the girls' clothes so they get naked. They run away naked in a fucking hospital. The zombie finally meets Jason and Voorhees for a fight. The zombie kicks Leatherface in his stomach so he pukes over Jason. Kinda weird but also funny. The zombie fucking kills them brutally by kicking Jason in the stomach so he falls on iron pipes, bleeding to death. The zombie kicks Leatherface in both legs, both arms and his stomach for the last time and breaks his neck. Dude, kinda badass. The video pirate is still around the corner. He gets a call from the zombie and he says, "Where the fuck is my black copies?" Still funny, the video pirate walks in the hospital hall but Myers puts his leg by the video pirate's legs which makes him fall and drops all his copies. Myers walks up to him and strangles the video pirate by putting it in his mouth. Richard is still running but this time he jumps on a skateboard and falls with it, landing on a hospital bed and crashes in trash bags. And he falls to the door with his head first. The other security walks in the hospital hall and does some cool breakdancing. But that stops till he sees the dead video pirate. He takes out the copy from his mouth and he collects the copies that were on the ground and says, "I am going to be rich." But the zombie was right front of him which makes the guard drop all the copies again. The guard takes out his gun but the zombie is too powerful and points it at the guard. The zombie pulls the trigger and the second guard dies completely. The zombie sees Richard running in the halls and stops him. The zombie is about to kill Richard but luckily, Myers stabs the zombie in the head, killing him. But why does it take so long for the zombie to just fucking die? Myers also attempts to kill Richard but Richard takes off Myers' mask. But we cut directly to a scene in Hawaii that shows that everything was a dream. And we get one final laugh. And the ended. The Resurrection of Michael Myers Part 2 isn't that bad but the filler is boring. This feels like if Seth MacFarlane made a Michael Myers short film in the 80s. But the film's humor is still a bit funny, and the effects still holds up. This movie is extremely hard to find nowadays on VHS, but I have DVD of a compilation of Swedish horror shorts and one of them is this film. It's a mediocre movie but at least this movie is better than Halloween, Resurrection.